Hello everyone, mic test. Hello everyone, mic test. The lag is pretty bad. Hello. Mic test. Okay, I think it's better to use. The lag is pretty bad. Okay, so. Alright, hello everyone. So today I've kind of changed my setup a little, as you can see. Your messages are now viewable on the right side so that people will know what we are talking about. And I don't have to go and I don't have to go and screenshot your message to display it to everyone. Are you repeating yourself? No, not really. Okay. Yeah, sorry about this. Testing out a new setup today, but I think it's gonna work quite well. Okay. So let's dive into this. Okay, let me just shout out to a few of our regulars. Dallas, Jonathan, Leeling, Rachel, Ashlyn, Sunny, Gail. Hey, why do you have the same name as my boss? Kian Eng, Waikit. Can you do Kahoot next time? No, but I would use Facebook Live posts instead. So, Diana, Mirel, we are not seeing your chin anymore. Yeah, I kind of changed my setup a little. Yeah, it's not easy to map the Chris Yo name to the Dallas name, and I have to do this for several students. GM Thai also. Okay, so if you haven't already, the notes are available at mathsheuristics.com/blog. Okay, you can see my awesome hair now. Okay, I'm using this setting to prevent the noise coming out from the fan to interfere with the audio. So, as you all know, last week we've covered the higher order thinking skills number 1. So I also understand right now 2020 is a pretty tough year for everyone. It hasn't been kind for a lot of people. So if you cannot view it, don't worry, the replay will be available at mathsheuristics.com/blog or at our Maths Heuristics Facebook page itself. So lesson 2 today we'll be covering the next higher order thinking skills with emphasis on units and parts. Okay? So do you all like it that your messages can now be seen? Then at least you all don't need to refer back to what's going on. So a bit about myself. Today I think it's a rather special day. Not today exactly, but 3 years ago. Okay, I started this Facebook Live thing. It's only 2 days past. It's like my 3rd anniversary of doing this. You gotta give credit to my boss for allocating me resources and allocating me time to do this. But it's a whole company effort. I'm only the presenter, but behind the scenes, there are a lot of other people working together with me on this. Okay? So, you gotta give them credit, give them props for it. Hopefully, we'll get through this year and even further more than that. So we've been established since 2008. This was my boss with long hair at that time. So back then in 2011, well, this is very difficult to control. Back then in 2011, he was already featured in the Business Times in this article called "Cracking the Code to PSLE Mathematics." And way back then, his 5-year aim was to see every student in Singapore use the heuristics method, and I think right now I'm fulfilling his dream, I would say. Yeah, the whole setup is... The whole setup now, I'm not too sure how you all would roll with it, because this right portion is going to get blocked off, you see. So I'm not too sure how it will go for you. But the good thing is now I can monitor your chat straight away with my monitor. Okay, so a bit about the Mastering Heuristics series. These are the set of books written by my boss. This is a set of books written by my boss and my mentor, Mr. Sunny Tan, as I showed you earlier. So over here, okay. Over here is the set of books that you can purchase. I've pinned up a little URL over here. Can louder? No, if louder, it'll be... Trust me, you don't want it to be louder. There will be a lot of fan noise. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can do this or not. Yeah, okay. Wait. Yep. Sorry about this. This one really didn't have the time to test out today. Okay. Can we play Kahoot? Nope. Okay, we got Facebook poll, so don't need to worry about Kahoot. Okay, so today's lessons will be based off the unit transfer method for P5 and P6, and we will be focusing on units and parts. Okay. So if you like what you see so far, please like and share so that more people can benefit from this learning. Okay. So then let's move on. Let's dive right in. Okay. So first things first, I kind of disoriented with 2 monitors set up because all along I've been using just one. Now, Xiao Li wanted to buy a dress. She saw a pink dress on sale at 10% discount and a yellow dress at 20% discount. So both dresses had the same discounted price. Very important. This type of little details, you have to really take note of them. Okay, to buy both dresses, Xiao Li needs $16, more than what she had. She bought the yellow dress and had $92 left. What was the discount given for the yellow dress? Okay, to deal with this, okay, I'll answer you in a while. So let's look at this first. The pink dress on sale was at 10% discount. We can change this to a fraction first. 10% is 10 out of 100. Simplifies down to 1 out of 10. And the yellow dress was sold at a 20% discount. So 20% can be simplified down to 2 out of 10, 20 out of 100 first. Then 1 out of 5. And then we try to map out the information and see where it's going to lead us. Now, let's look at this first. This is the total cost of the price, total cost of the dresses, the discounts that were given, and the retail price, or rather the price that he has to pay. Okay, so you got a pink dress, you got a yellow dress. What must we do first? This part is very important because after reviewing some of my students' work, one thing I realized is that for some reason, even though I've been nagging about units allocation statements, for some reason they just don't want to do that. Okay, so make sure you write down all these first, because it will help you to solve the problem more easily. You don't have to bear the mental burden of keeping that information in your mind. Just leave it and just write it down and you'll be fine. Okay, so the total cost of the pink dress can be represented by 10 blocks. There's a discount of 1 block worth, then now the price would be worth 9 blocks. Next up, for the yellow dress over here, it can be represented by 5 blocks of different lengths. One of those blocks was on discount, and now the price we are going to be paying will be 4. The next thing we can see is that both dresses had the same discounted price. So this portion is equal. We say that these two are equal. We make them the same. I like your nagging. Hey, please don't. I think this is my karma for making my mom nag at me, because now I have to nag at students. On a daily basis. Yeah, I don't know how our moms do that, but they manage to nag and nag and nag. Okay, so anyway, once you've got this, we can say that all of them are of the same units. Alright? Wow, hand pains, yeah. Okay, so once you've got this already, the next thing we can say is, or the next thing we can see here is that to buy both dresses, Xiao Li needs $16 more than what she has. So there is one case over here, and but what she did instead was she bought the yellow dress and had $92 left. Okay, wait, let me try to put this here first. Okay, you all got that? So now my question here is this. So some of you like polls, some of you don't like polls. I'll try to entertain both groups by holding it on alternate weeks, because some of you would not like it. Okay, so here is a little choke point some of you may encounter. So can you answer the poll first? Do you want some music to go along with it? Okay, wait, let me try to. Okay, so I'll just leave this for another 30 more seconds, because I don't want to burn too much time on the polls. Alright, do y'all want some music? DJ HZH is in the house tonight. Yes, okay, later then I'll play the music, okay? This one, some of you may know it, some especially for the kids. For us adults, I don't think it'll be a miracle if you know the song. Okay, right. So the next one over here is, yes, the answer here is true. The answer here is true. Okay, you see what's happening over here is that. So congratulations for all the 32 of you who got it correct. Now let's just imagine this. In a very simplified case, you go out with $100 on you. And in the first case, if you were to spend $20, you would end up with $80 here. In the second case, if you were to spend $40, you would end up with $60 here. Okay, but if your beginning result is known, that will be pretty obvious. So what if I were to remove this portion here? Usually all those double if questions or case 1, case 2 questions uses this idea. They tell you a certain change and that leads you to a certain outcome. They tell you another change and that leads you to another outcome, but if you are to reverse the process exactly, you would end up in the same starting point. Never gonna give you up. No, that one is your parents should know that. Never gonna give you up. Alan Walker, no. No kiddie music. Okay. So based on this, right, we can see that in case 1 and case 2, to buy both dresses, she would need $16 more than what she had. The total cost of these two dresses in case 1, okay, we can draw an excess and shortage table over here. Okay, of course, if for some of you who are more, how would I put it, who are more in tune with all this, you all may not need this. Some of you ask me why you so try to keep on talking about tables and tables and tables. The reason is not everyone gets it. Not everyone is as privileged as you to be able to get it. So what I'm trying to do here is I want to show everyone how these are derived. Okay, that's my reasoning. So you have cases, the excess or the shortage. And this is the total amount of money that she has. In case 1, if she wants to buy both dresses, now the cost of both dresses would be 9 units and 4 units combined, because this is the discounted price. Okay? Yeah, this is more on excess and shortage actually. So if you want to spend 13 units, she needs $16, which means that she is short of $16 here. And the total amount of money can be said to be 13 units minus 16. Alright? Now next up, in case 2. Instead, she just went on to buy the yellow dress and had $92 left. So she bought the yellow dress at 4 units worth, had $92 left. This is going to be a plus 92. So as you all have agreed with me, or for those of you who are not aware, who said that it's false, this is actually true. The total amount of money in both cases is the same. Now based on this, we can draw out our models and compare. Okay, wait, let me try to split the screen first. Okay, so hopefully this question is still large enough, because I received some feedback previous time I did it became very small. So when we have this, we can draw out these two models and compare. Why is it like this? Hang on. So remember, rule of thumb, start off with the negative statement first. Your entire bar here is 13 units and you take away $16. And now you are left with this shaded portion. Then next up over here, we have 4 units and 92. When you draw this model out, it has to be in such a way that you would end up with the same amount, same length as the shaded region above. So once you got that, we can now compare units with units, numbers with numbers. So 13 units minus 4 units will give you 9 units. And at the same time, 92 plus 16 will give you 108. So 9 units will represent $108, and 1 unit would then cost 108 divided by 9. So is there a faster way to do it? Yes, I'll explain that faster way later on. So what was the discount given for the yellow dress? Now, to answer part A, what was the discount given to the yellow dress? The discount here would be 1 unit worth, which is what we have exactly. Okay, yeah, still quite disoriented with a 2-monitor setup. So this would be the answer for part A. Now what about part B? How much money did Xiao Li have at first? So remember, we can find out either case 1's total amount of money or case 2's total amount of money. Either way is fine. So since you have both cases, we can say that from case 1, the amount of money will be 13 times 16, 13 times 12 minus 16. So remember to follow your order of operations. This will give you $140. And the beautiful thing about these types of questions is that because both of them have the same amount over here, right? From case 2, we can say that we can check our answer. 4 times 12 plus 92 will also give you 140. So when you see that both of these are the same, chances are you've gotten it correct. Now why do I say chances are? Because there are certain exceptions where if you defined the problem wrongly, this is very important. If you defined the problem wrongly, you will still be able to get 2 of the same answers. Okay, but then again, if you defined and interpreted the problem wrongly, the answer is going to be wrong anyway. Okay? So once you've got that, you understand what I'm trying to say here? Is this too small? Wait, let me try to see how it's like first. Why is this thing in the way? Okay, so these problems are difficult, and of course they require a systematic way of thinking and deduction. So over here, right, now the other way of looking at this, if you are sharp enough, is to simply compare the differences between these two. The shortcut here is the pink dress discounted price. The shortcut here, pink dress discounted price is going to be $92 remaining plus the $16 that she needs. That is the shortest way of doing. But I don't think it's obvious to everyone. So that's why I came up with define the whole thing first, then work out from there. Okay, is this fine for everyone? Wait, okay, let me try to adjust this first. Tonight, I think I may extend a bit. Guided example 3 is where you can take a little breather. Hang on, Yeah, okay, so now it's perfect. Okay, got it? If you got it, please spam the like button or spam the like number. This question will be how many marks? About 4 4 to 5. Okay, got it, huh? Alright, so now, yeah, to answer your question earlier, there was someone who was asking whether this is the correct answer or not. Yes, this is. I think it's. Where's your name? Singyi Ito. Yes. Okay, so answer here, $12, and for A, $140 for B. Okay, so now let me just off the split screen and move on to number 2. Okay, already halfway into the lesson. Where's the song? Later on. Okay, now next one, number 2. I'm kind of getting used to the whole new arrangement that I have here. So Alan, Bala, and Chibi had some cards. The ratio of Alan's cards to the number of Bala's cards was 3:5. So yeah, see, that's why personally I don't really like polls. So this is your before. Bala and Chibi both of them lost half of their cards. Okay, so there's a before, change, and after here. Bala had 75 more cards than Chibi. So this is your after result. The 3 children had 341 cards left in the end. How many cards did Chibi have at first? So before I start on this, guided example 2, let me just publish this result first. Publish this poll first, okay? Then I'll give you all about 1 minute. Okay. In the meantime, let me get the song first. Okay. Let me try to get the song first. It's not exactly. Wait, ah. Okay. You all recognize this tune? Proportionately related means all of them have this, is all of the same unit, 3 unit, 5 unit, then Chibi is also going to be some units over here. Please do Rickroll. No. What kind of song is this? Hey, never mind. So, okay, the answer here, okay, probably I didn't make it clear enough, but proportionally related means that all of them are of the same unit. Should have phrased it better. Okay, but anyway. Okay, so anyway, the idea here is that the answer here is true. The answer here is false. Because between Alan and Bala, if you draw out the BCA table, if you allocate all the units over here, okay. So that song may be from a game, but that game is not that kiddie. Okay. Now, between Alan and Bala, Alan had 3 units, Bala had 5 units, right? This part you know for sure. But when Bala and Chibi lost half of their cards, both of them lost half of their cards. Okay, so to deal with this, I'll just multiply this by 2 so that it's easier. Now, we do not know how many Chibi has, but we can say that he can be represented with 2 parts over here. Okay, so the next thing we can say is that Bala would lose half of his 10 units, Chibi would lose half of his 2 parts, so that we can still work with whole numbered units here. Okay, so what do we know? We know that the total at the end is 341. So this can be formed by 11 units plus 1 part. And at the end of the day as well, Bala had 75 more cards than Chibi. So there are two things we can say over here. Now I'll go a bit faster. 5 units minus 1 part will give you 75, and 11 units plus 1 part will give you 341. So once we have this, some of you, okay, well, you want to find Chibi at first, correct? So to do this, we can either make units the same first, or we can just compare the parts straight away. So let me just show you what happens if you compare the parts straight away. Now, what some of you are going to do is, you will take 11 units plus, or you'll take 11 units minus 5 units, and say that 6 units is going to be 341 minus 75. 266, you try to divide by 6, and you find out that something went wrong because you tried to do the shortcut way. So what I advise is, draw out the models first. It's okay to spend some time to plan out what you need to do. Okay, so 5 units minus 1 part gives you 75. And the next statement over here is 11 units plus 1 part gives you 341. Now at this stage, right, don't draw what I'm going to draw first. Whatever I'm going to draw in this purple color, don't draw first. You see that most of you would draw it in this manner. Then say that this whole thing here is 341. Okay, if you arrange it like this, you will not be able to find out anything conclusive. What you want to do instead, okay, now you can start drawing, is to draw out the 11 units on this side. So this will be 341. And once we have arranged it in this manner, we can now say that we can now compare. Okay, the total length of 5 units and 11 units here will be 16 units. So I'm going to skip some steps because I need to rush already. Okay, I'll try to keep it within 1 hour. So for those of you on TeachUp, do you miss speed runs? Do you all want to speed run this? So if 16 units is 416, 416 divided by 16 will give you 26. How many cards did Chibi have at first? So 1 unit is 26. Now keep in mind that this is only 1 unit. We are not quite done yet. The next thing we can say is we have to first find out the value of the 1 part from here. So 1 part will be 341. Get rid of 11 units worth, and you will obtain 55. And then Chibi at first would have 2 parts worth. 2 parts will be 2 times 55 to give you 110. And this would be your answer. So Xing Yi, well done. No, Pei Li, the answer is not 55, but good job also, because you got the value of your 1 part. Is it possible to use one model to solve this problem? If you mean what? To combine them up together? I want to be a blogger. Blogger now a bit difficult because blogger, okay, on social media there's many ways, but blogging seems to be on the downtrend right now, because I can't remember the last time I read a blog. Okay, that doesn't mean that you cannot do it. It's just going to be very difficult. Okay, good job, Waikit, Sunny Gal, Yunqi, CK, Alexis, Ashlyn. Oh no, just now the 341, is it? The 341, yeah, that part I hit the undo button 1 more time than required. That's why. Okay, so this involves units and parts. When you do not know how they are related, right, you can assign parts for the unknown variable, and then you can see that he would change by this amount over here. He will have lost one part over here. Okay, good job everyone. Let's go. So the next one over here is this. Okay, Sri, if after the live stream, please review this. Okay, got it, huh? So next one over here, Lala and Po made some bracelets over the 2 days. On Saturday, this is where you get a breather. This one is considered easy. This one is like a 2-mark question. Okay, on Saturday, Po made 19 fewer bracelets than Lala. On Sunday, Lala made another 20 bracelets and Po made another 15 bracelets. At the end of the 2 days, Lala made 1.5 times as many bracelets as Po. How many bracelets did Lala make? Okay, to deal with this, let's define what we have first. So Po made 19 fewer bracelets than Lala. So again, on units and parts, for this, it may be easier for you to visualize it using models. So let's look at what they did. Saturday, Sunday, Lala and Po. Okay, for Saturday first, between Lala and Po, Po made 19 fewer bracelets than Lala. So let's go back to the basics of model drawing. This means that in other words, Lala made 19 more bracelets than Po. We can represent the model in this way. Yeah. Don't sing the Teletubbies song here. If you want, I can play a Teletubbies song for guide example 4. Okay, so next one is Sunday. Sunday, you got Lala and Po. Okay. On Sunday, Lala made another 20 bracelets, Po made another 15 bracelets. So we can say that this will be what they did on Sunday. Lala will make 20, Po made another 15. Okay, so if you did this using pencil, you can just erase this off and combine them up together. We can say that 19 plus 20 will give us 39. Of course, there's a faster way to do this, but I'm not going to go through the fastest way. Alright, so this is the total number of bracelets that they made. Okay. At the end of the 2 days, Lala made 1.5 times as many bracelets as Po. 1.5. Either press your best friend forever, the calculator, or go by definition, simplify it, and change it to improper fraction. So we can say that Lala made 3/2 times as many bracelets as Po. So we do not know what this unit is at first, but it doesn't really matter for the time being. We know that this Lala made 3 units and this Po made 2 units. Okay, why I always emphasize on drawing model is for clarity. Okay, if the solution is obvious to you, then you may not need it. Okay, so depends on the individual also. So once we have done this, what can you do next? Po does not need bracelets. Teletubbies. How come you all know Teletubbies? Teletubbies is when I was growing up one. How come you all know about Teletubbies? Hey, what will you do to find out the value of 1 unit? Yeah, I think the worksheet that got sent out to you is a different one, because that percentage question was covered in what you call, in last week's Facebook Live already. Why is Po 2 units? Because Lala made 1.5 times as many bracelets as Po. So when you change this to 3 out of 2, following the rules of unit allocation, the denominator usually goes to the right item, numerator to the left. Of course, there are exceptions for this particular rule. Yeah, Dallas, very good. Okay, so we can compare between units with units, numbers with numbers. Okay, for those of you who attend my courses regularly, you would hear this mantra. You would have heard this mantra all the time. So 3 units minus 1 unit will give you, 3 units minus 2 units will give you 1 unit. And 39 minus 15 will give you 24. So 1 unit is 24. So how many bracelets did Lala make? Okay, we can find out 3 units worth. 3 times 24 will just give you 72. Then this will be your answer. Okay? La La Land. No, I mean like for some of the not the parents. Actually, I'm not talking about the parents. I'm talking about like for the kids of this generation. How come they know the cartoons of my generation? That's the thing I'm puzzled about. Then I got one other student, I won't mention her name. You know who you are. She knows like all the Disney songs of years past. Like Pocahontas, Colors of the Wind she knows, Lion King she knows, that kind of thing. Very, very impressed. Shira, no, didn't. Yeah, I won't mention her because not very nice, but she knows who she is. If you're watching it here, yeah. See you tomorrow on Teach Up. Okay, everyone got it? If you got it, please spam the like button. Because the parents shared. No, what I'm more impressed is like they are willing to make an effort to find out of more of the cartoons of years past. You know what I mean? It's like the cartoons of this generation. I look at my niece watch the Paw Patrol. I really don't know what is going on. Okay, anyway, Nala is a food. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, next one, number 4. I'll try to end by 9, 10 at the latest. Okay, now number 4. Now this is one question that is also quite uncommon that I've seen some people pose the question of the same structure a few times already. Okay, so here you can see that Mac and Leah have some white and black bands. The number of white bands that Mac has are in the ratio of 7:8. Then Leah has got twice as many white bands as black bands. Mac gives half of her black bands to Leah and has 132 bands left. In the end, the ratio of the number of white bands to the number of black bands that Leah has becomes 5:4. Wait. My hand and my mind is like disconnected today because I have to lean back a bit. Okay, now serious mode already. Now, okay. So let's look at the whole situation first. Let's try to simplify the problem as best as we can. So if this is your before, this is also your before. There is a little change over here. This is your after. So at the end, there's also an after result here. Okay. So let's try to set this up first. Do your best to set up the problem first. Now for Mac, there's white and black, before, change, and after. For Leah, there's white and black, before, change, and after. Okay. So once you've got that ready, what do we do next? Yeah, I'm okay. Okay. So over here you can see that this is 7, this is 8. Leah has twice as many white as black. So now when Mac gives half of her black bands to Leah, half of this will be -4, this one will be +4. Okay, try not, don't write down what I'm going to write first. Don't write down what I'm going to write first, because I want to show you what will happen if you don't simplify the problem. Do not write first. You can draw out the table, but don't write the numbers. If you don't simplify the problem, you end up with something like this. Okay? If you try to assign units and parts too early, this is what you end up with. And then you see that the ratio of the number of white to the number of black that Leah has is 5:4. 5s, 4s. You end up with something really complicated. That's why you want to simplify the problem whenever you can. Okay? This is what will happen if you try to assign your units and parts too early. Now what you want to do here first is, you see that for Mac, right, you gave away 4 units, now you're left with 7 and 4. Now these would add up to 132 left. Now you all can start writing. So we can say that these 11 units here will represent 132. Then what we want to do next is to take 132 and get your actual numbers first. 132 divided by 11 will give you 12. Kevin is not here, we have fear. So 7 times 12 will give you 84. 4 times 12 will give you 48. Then this 4 minus 4 means that you gave 48 bits to Leah. Change this into 84 and change this into 96. Okay, you all can follow so far. I kind of skip a few steps because I think all of you know what I'm doing already. Most of you will know exactly what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, you all can draw now. Okay, got it? So trust me, if I want to speed run this, I can. But the problem is, the problem that I'm worried about is whether or not you all can understand or not. So that's why I try to slow down, because I don't know about everyone's pace. Everyone is of different ability. I try to accommodate to everyone. You know the Starbucks sign looks like it's in the air. No, I don't. Okay, anyway, so once you got this ready, now I want you to take a look at Leah's side and think about this poll over here. Okay, think about this question in the poll that I'm giving you now. Okay, I think I better not play any songs. There is no repeated identity which we can use to equalize units. Is this true or false? For Lear's side. Okay, maybe I think I put my clock down here. The difficult thing is that they don't tell you how much Mac and Lear has in total. No, you don't need to know the total. There is enough info to solve this problem. Okay, so you can see that over here. Okay, wait, where's my mouse? Okay, 1 minute is up. Show results in video. Okay, so over here, you can see that a lot of you said that, not a lot, now it's not a lot. Now it's about 50-50. Maybe I show you on my screen what you have. What I have. It's about this at this point. You're saying, okay, for those of you who said true, you are saying that there is no repeated identity we can use to equalize the units for Lear, or for both of them. Now, if you allocate all your units properly, you would see this. Lear has twice as many white bits as black, white bands as black bands. And at the same time, at the end of the day, her white bands to the number of black bands that Lear has become 5:4. This is why I nag every day, because some of you who don't write down the information will miss this out. And it's not very difficult to write it out. So you have to write out and just organize your information first. Then it becomes easier to see. When you look at it like this, do you want to change your answer? Because there is now a repeated identity that we can use. Yes, Veron, you're correct. Veron, this is single unchanged quantity. The answer is false, because right at that point, I haven't listed it out. I said I wanted you to take a close look at it and think about whether this is true or false. And you can see over here, just based on this little experiment, half of you said that this is true because you didn't see this table earlier. But the fact is that you can actually draw out the table first, then you don't lose all those yuan wang marks, Your nagging is comforting. No, you trust me, you don't want me to scold you. You don't want me to scold you. So you can see that this is actually a single unchanged quantity because there is no change for Lear's white amount. When the problem is simple, all that, okay, you can just read the question and just get it done without tabulation or whatever. But when the problem gets more complicated like that, you need some way to organize your info. Your nagging is comforting. So we say that these two are equal, make them the same. This becomes 10, this becomes 10. This is 5, this is 2, this is 8. No, it's more like I see students that can get a perfect score, not get a perfect score because of some things that I told them you need to do, but they never do. That's why I always keep getting upset over this. So the next thing you want to do, remember this magic? Change in units represents change in value. 8 units minus 5 units will give you 3 units. 3 units will represent 48. 1 unit will then represent 16. How many black bands did Mac give to Lear? It's already over here, 48. And how many bands does Lear have at the end? In total, the number of bands that Lear has will be 18 units worth. Okay, Wykit, you got it? My nagging is comforting. Oh, you all really like to hear my monotonous voice a lot, right? You never see me shout and scold because you haven't crossed over my patience limit yet. Okay, so that's it. 4 questions done in less than 1 hour. Think about 50 minutes, even with all the lag time. Okay, yeah, CK Kwong, you got it. So yeah, if whatever I tell you, right, you all need to listen. I mean, I would not tell you something that will harm you one. Good for sleeping. Why 288? Because you're looking for 18 units. Jaylin, the reason is you're looking for 18 units. Okay. All those best practices that we've been nagging, your teachers have been nagging at you, you all have to take into consideration. Nagging is comforting. If it comes from me lah. Okay, so this is the end for tonight's session. Hope that you all have learned something new, especially about units and parts. Right? It's not as bad as you thought, yeah. It's more like when the story gets longer, as long as you have some way of organizing your info, right, you should be fine. If you are able to define everything clearly, trace out all the changes clearly, and most importantly, get the repeated identity, make them the same, you should be fine. Okay, you all got that? So how do you all like this new format? It's macam like your Twitch chat like this. Yeah, welcome CK. Yeah, welcome Leading. Bye CK. Diana, do you like this format? Bye Jaden. Okay, so if you liked it, please like and share so that more people can benefit from this. Okay, well, all those who are left behind also, can you all help me to say one thing? Help me to type out something. Okay? You all can say hi YouTube, because this replay is going to go on YouTube. All the replays are going to go on YouTube. You should give up nagging. No, I think it's the karma that I'm suffering from right now lor, because last time I always make my mother nag at me lah. So now it's my turn to nag at you. Then now I know how it feels. Hey, see you like it. Hey, see you GM. Hi YouTube. Hi YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, this one is this idea I got it from some streamers when he got when he's going to get a world record time for a particular game, then everyone will start spamming hi YouTube, and then you can always see it in the YouTube comments. So this is like breaking the fourth wall for them. Hey, see you all soon, man. Hey, yeah, Idayu, Sri Idayu, when the replay is done processing, you can go and watch it. See you nagging soon. Yeah, this one is the Chinese 成语啊，苦口婆心。Hey, you all got any questions? You all got any questions? Nope. YouTube. Yeah, this alignment isn't exactly perfect. Wait lah. Okay, like that. Okay. Yeah. That's better. End the session at 10, no ah. I got to reply a lot of other parents already. Hey, see you all soon. Okay, no questions. See you all soon, man. Glad you all like this format. Gonna keep on ramming this now. Okay, see you all soon. Bye bye.